Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to today's New Year's Eve weather update. Happy New Year's Eve everyone! 2022 has ended, there were plenty of ups and downs, but quite a lot of downs, I know, for quite a few people, so we're at the end of it now. We've got 2023 to look forward to and focus on now, so Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. So, I'm just going to go through all the models at whatessential.d for today's video. The GFS, GEM, ECMWF, UKM run, Icon, and ARPEGE run. So, going through the weather between now, New Year's Day, and beyond. So, the first week or two of January, probably. So, let's just crack on then. So going through the GFS run, starting today, you got low pressure coming in off the Atlantic. Go through into New Year's Day, low pressure right over us, so a lot of showers, some quite heavy ones with possible thunder and lightning, hail, possibly a bit wintry in the north. And then we're going through into the first week of January, going drier and cooler for a time. That ridge of high pressure, but then we go on into the 3rd and 4th of January, and we go wet, windy, and mild. Big warm sector there, you can see nicely, big wodge of yellow within area of low pressure, and you come through then into 5th of January. We see a little low pressure coming through there on the flow, a little kink in the isobars there. That would enhance the range for a time. And then going through into the 6th of January, go drier for a time, area of high pressure there over England and Ireland. And then we go into the first weekend of January. 7th of January sees a cold front coming through, big low pressure coming out of Greenland. And by the 8th of January, we're going into quite a cold air mass. You can see that the -5 ice therm at 850 HPA is coming through. So that'll bring wintry showers into the west and north, and frosts elsewhere. That goes through, and then we see low pressure coming in on the 9th of January. On the northern side of this low, across the north of the country, it could bring some snow. So that's something to watch. Not all models are showing this, but I'm just showing you because that's showing it. And we go through quite a cold pattern then. I don't want that bit. Yeah, I want this. -5 line coming through the country at 850, going through. We see a northerly there on the 11th of January, going through. That low pressure comes through on Friday the 13th of January. Wow. Going through another northerly in mid-January before more low pressure comes in. Big southwesterly wind, very mild. 5 Celsius ice therm coming up through the country. So that's today's GFS run done. GEM run then, 6-hourly intervals again. So today and going into tomorrow, low pressure comes in off the Atlantic. Rain, heavy rain, showers, possible hail, and a bit of lightning as well. Bit wintry in the north, same story. Going through then, bit drier early next week, and going through into the, again, 3rd and 4th of January. Very mild, big warm sector coming through. You see that nicely again. And we go through into the 5th of January, and we see an area of low pressure coming in, enhancing the rainfall for a time. A bit drier on Friday the 6th of January, but again, same story. Look at that big area of low pressure around Greenland and Iceland, and that just plunges through a cold front early on the 7th of January, and again, a bit of a cold blast there. A cooler blast anyway. This one has the cold air a bit further north, so not as cold on the GM run, but we get there eventually. Low pressure dives southwards, pulls in that big northwesterly wind, and we go colder, wintry showers. Oops, I was worried. There we go. That's more like it. Cold air coming from Greenland, wintry showers in the west and north, and we go through same story. Tuesday, January 10th, northwesterly winds and wintry showers. So ECM run then. Hover 6 hours, perfect. Going through today and tomorrow, low pressure, rain showers, same story. Drier towards early next week, and then mid next week we get warm sector coming through, rain and winds. Drier around the 6th of January, and then same story. Low pressure comes in off Greenland, brings in that low pressure, brings in the colder northwesterly winds, and we get a little bit of a feature coming through. Cold air coming to the north of that feature. You see it nicely, bit of a band of rain. This is what we call the polar front. This divides the warmer air to the south, so say around the Azores, Spain, Europe, south of the jet stream, and it divides it from the cooler air from Canada, Greenland, and the Arctic, and places like that. Find over here. There we go. And we put on the temperature. You can see how it divides it nicely around this 0 Celsius isotherm area. So that's something we have to look at over into the first 10 days of January. And we stay with low pressure to our north. We put in that cold wind from Greenland before we see low pressure to our west that wants to reintroduce the milder air. You see a nice warm sector there that's about to come through. So then we go to the UKM run. So just same story. Just go through it again. Low pressure coming in off the Atlantic. Coming through then into early next week, we're drier. And we see more rain and wind and mild around the 3rd and 4th of January. There we go, perfect. That clears through. We actually get a bit cooler there on the evening of January 4th. Into the 5th then, we see a little area of low pressure coming through the south. And actually, if you look at that closely, we've got cold air on the northern side of that low pressure. This is a new feature today. I've just seen that. On the ECM precipitation type chart, it did show an area of low pressure coming in, and with a bit of winteriness in the north and in the Midlands. So that's something just to look at as we go into January. These new little things just coming in. Anyway, we go through then into the first weekend of January, and again, same story, low pressure, Greenland and Iceland, and we pull in that wind from the northwest. And we go through into Icon and hover. There we go. 31st of December into 1st of January. Low pressure to our south, pulling in the rain and showers and winds. It won't be so windy actually, because that low is right over us, so quite calm actually. Going into the first week of January then, same story, dry to start off, mild, wet and windy around midweek. And going through then, let's look at this. Yeah, that low pressure is a bit further northwards this time, so it probably won't be so wintry, because the 0 Celsius isotherm is coming through the country. Just to say this, as a general rule, it can never snow if you're in this yellow zone where the upper air temperatures are around freezing or above. That's a general rule of weather. And going through then, you see that deep low coming out of Greenland and Iceland, plunges through nicely, cold front there, and into the first proper weekend of January, we are cold and westerly. See that coming in from the northwest. And into the ARPEGE run then, same story. I'll just go through it quickly. Low pressure coming in for New Year's, and beyond that we go drier, before we go wetter and milder mid next week, and into the 3rd of January, same. Yeah, exactly. And we see that area of low pressure there, just coming southwards, allowing a bit of cooler air possibly. Just something new coming up today. Something to watch. So we keep an eye on it. Anyway, that's the end of today's forecast. I've released part 3 of the end of year special already, so please do watch that if you'd like. And part 4 is coming up later today. So we've 3 videos up today, quite a lot. So happy New Year, and thanks for watching.